Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about science and faith. Both science and faith, they give an explanation for everything that there is. However, since the universe that we live in, the world that we live in is comprised of the matter and energy, science then is the study of the material aspect of reality. But then also we have the problem that if you study the material aspect of reality, you can be driven towards understanding the particle. At the particle level, matter is no longer matter, but energy. So everything that appears material, everything that appears solid is actually at the fundamental level energetic, because when you go to the world of the very small, when you peer into the smallness of everything that there is, you get at the particle level, then it's all energy. And that's where quantum physics, which is the science that tries to explain the quantum reality, the world at the subatomic level, where we encounter the energy problem, where we encounter the probabilistic issue that puts a limit to how much we can understand reality at that microscopic level. So faith is the belief in God, belief in religion. But the reality, as we know, is not just purely materialistic, but you also have the reality, the fact that there are energies, there are mindsets, there are spirits, there is a spiritual reality parallel to our reality. So the question is for science is, if you're trying to understand matter and energy, you cannot just understand matter, because there's also energy. And when you try to peer through matter at the fundamental level, the particle level, the fundamental particles of nature, what are they exactly? They're energy. And what is exactly energy? I'm not saying that the energy is actually spirits or whatever. I'm just saying that there's a lot we just don't know, because quantum physicists cannot explain energy. They can't even explain matter, because matter equals energy, energy equals matter. So you encounter a limit to our understanding. So science, a true scientist, science as it is, disregarding the faith, disregarding the existence of God, is missing an aspect, a portion of reality. In fact, if you have science neglecting the existence of God and of spirit and religion, you are pretty much neglecting a reality that is actually everywhere. Because everywhere we go in the world, there are people, there are animals, there are microbes, there's life. And everywhere where you have life, you have souls. So how can you explain this energy, this consciousness? How can you explain all that? And that's what's missing in science today, is recognizing that religion is real, that spirits do in fact exist. And yes, the universe is made of matter and energy, and we can't just neglect the other half of reality. Actually, we have duality, matter and energy, but this duality is unified in all of the matter of the universe. So this is my explanation here for why science and religion should walk together into understanding the dimensions of where we live and so forth. Thanks for watching.